I would love to see Kevin Hart and The Rock
And
just swinging for the
mic'd up,
fences in a home run derby,
mic'd
like
up.
mic'd up, for sure. Patreon.com/the Walk Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there. Home Run Derby 2023 in Seattle for the All-Star Game weekend. We talked last week a little bit about the idea of Vladdy returning to the Home Run Derby. Mixed reviews on that idea. On the one hand, would it ever be fun to watch? Absolutely. On the second hand, we don't need Vladdy messing anything up, exhausting himself, pulling a muscle, whatever you want to worry about for Vladdy overdoing it in the home run derby, because he's not going to take it lightly if he does. But this brings to the forefront the problem that I have with the home run derby, and I want your thoughts on the home run derby in general. It's a event that has existed for years and years,
Ever, yeah.
has been tweaked quite a bit, and the format of the home run derby I like right now. I'm enjoying these timed rounds. But do we have a problem with baseball where the biggest stars of the game are in a potential opt out of the event situation? And now I see the Raptors banner on your wall behind you. We just talked Matt Devlin. I know you're a big Raptors guy. Basketball has a similar problem, I think, with the slam dunk contest, right? I grew up in an age where I got to watch Vince Carter doing the slam dunk contest. I have never got to enjoy the same, like, LeBron James in a slam dunk contest, right? I don't know if it's less of a health thing and more of an ego thing. Maybe that's also at play in the home run derby with baseball, so we can steer the conversation back to baseball. But how big of a problem is it that we're not seeing the biggest stars in the biggest showcase for baseball? It doesn't matter at all.
Well, it's a great question. And we talk so often about how to tweak that, because I think the home run derby could still use some tweaks. To be totally honest with you, I want to tell you what my basketball solution would be, and see if we can find the equivalent in baseball. I've
Okay.
always thought for basketball, it is about the ego, and I've always thought the only people, the wives, the gentlemen, there's nobody that has the ear of the players like the shoe sponsors. That's where all the money to be made, is the shoe sponsors. So I've always thought the NBA needed to involve the shoe sponsors and have, these guys are representing Reebok, these guys are representing Nike, these guys are representing Adidas, and all you need is it to happen once, because now one shoe wins it, Adidas wins it, the Adidas dunker wins it. Now for that entire next year, Adidas' whole marketing campaign is, hey, do you consider yourself a high flyer? Did you know Adidas is the official slam dunk winning shoe? All they would take is 1 year. Nike, oh my God, are you seeing that? All these, oh my God, are you seeing that? Now everybody's involved. Now they're leaning on their stars. Now they're leaning on LeBron. Now they're leaning on Kobe back in the day to go represent them. Because hey, we're paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to represent our shoe. These guys are getting all this free advertising, getting over on us. I think it would build a momentum of its own. What's the baseball equivalent? Is it the batting gloves? Is it the bats? I could see it maybe being something like the bats. So is there an equivalent in baseball where we can get the sponsors involved? Because the wives, the managers, the teammates, the agents, there's no one else that can lean on these players that has that cachet like the sponsors have. So is there an answer there? That's A. B, let's continue to tweak the home run derby. I like the idea. Again, oh my God, third time I'm going to take it back to basketball. But in the basketball all-star game, they have that skills competition. So it's the NBA all-star with the WNBA player from that city and a legend from that city. Could we do something like that? So for the Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and viewers will notice I didn't say Slim Daddy Vladdy, I said Vladimir Guerrero Jr., by the way. Okay, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is the Blue Jays representative. Orelvis Martinez is the minor league representative. Jose Bautista is the Legends representative. Could we do something like that? And the minor league and the Legends representative, they get 5 pitches, whatever it is, like you said, Adam, something timed, so it's fast moving, and whatever home runs they hit are bonus pitches to the major leaguer. And what bonus pitches? each major leaguer gets three, let's say 500-mile-an-hour from a jugs machine pitches, and those count as bonus at the end of their round. Could we do something like that? Could we spruce up that home run derby? Because guys like you and I, Adam, I'm glad that we can try to have ideas and have conversations, but really, Major League Baseball's not super concerned what our opinion is of the home run derby. This is for the younger generation, right? And I think this is something that could be there for the younger generation. And on top of all of that, that's A, B, and I'll say C. And I've never had a good, I've never come up with the right idea for this, Adam, but I still think there's something there, something in the stands. So when a home run is hit, just going to spitball this here. You have 10 home run participants. So from those 10 cities, minor league teams that have done a great job fundraising, like some way to reward them. They get tickets, they get flown out to the game, they get the jersey of that player. If that player, so one of the Toronto teams out there, if Vladdy hits a home run and one of the Vlad Guerrero Jr., little leaguers out there catches that home run in the stands, I've always thought we could do something with that as well, something in the stands as well. So I'm with you, Adam. I like the tweaks they've made. I think it's a lot better than it has been. Again, it's not for us, but I still think tweaks can be made further here to enhance this and lessen what I've just described. There might sound like it's added on to them. I think it's lessened what's on the plate for the major leaguers. Now we've got the young player. Now we've got the legend. And from a fan experience, Slim Daddy Vladdy, I just said it there, darn. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. could finish ninth in this home run contest. Blue Jay fans would go ballistic to see Jose Bautista back in a Blue Jay uniform representing them. Like, there would be something there for the fans. I think there's some there. I don't think it's great ideas, Adam, but I feel like there's some there.
You're on to something. The MLB does do their Future Stars events, right?
Yes.
I don't think they put enough emphasis onto showcasing that. It's not televised in the same way. I love the idea of bringing like a Joey Bats back to the All-Star game, having him team up with Vladdy. When I was younger, I was in a bowling league, a youth bowling league, and we would do like a high-low doubles tournament with the seniors. So you'd have like the lowest average would be with the highest average from the senior, and you'd be paired off in this tournament, right? And then you'd find the average from there, right? So I do like the idea of having a Vlad paired with Jose Bautista, and then if they don't win, it's less on Vlad's ego because, hey, I'm off the hook, Jose
Right?
Bautista didn't hold up his end of the bargain, right? I
But
don't
even
know.
the friendly banter that would create, Adam, like that's even good TV. What you just
I know
described
it
right
would
there.
be great in the era of TikTok and clips and the direction things are going. I think that would be great. You definitely get some great 60-second sound bites or whatever the case may be. I also like the idea of, and this one might be tough to pull off, but incorporating celebrities into it as well. I know they do like the celebrity slow pitch game. That, again, just like the futures game, does not get showcased the way it should be. It's downright difficult to actually figure out or how to watch the celebrity game. You'll see the highlights on TSN the next day, but it's hard to catch the broadcast live. I would love to see Kevin Hart and The Rock. So we are going to start doing trivia nights once a month. We are going to be keeping score for prizes. We're going to be keeping a 12-month running tally of the leaderboards as well. So by December, someone will have the 2023 walk-off trivia crown, Blue Jays jersey, potentially more. We'll see how the more Patreon members we get, the more money we have to spend on these prizes. The prize for tomorrow is going to be a New Era fitted baseball cap. If you haven't yet, join, because the longer you wait, the harder time you're going to have getting that year-end prize.
I wonder if I can add to this here. So you guys are at 40 Patreon. How about this? If before it's go time tomorrow, if that's up to 50, I'll contribute a Ricky Tiedemann rookie card, 2 Ricky Tiedemann rookie cards. So the people who are 1 to 40 will be in that draw automatic. Remember, we got to get to 50 now. We got to get to 50 for this to unlock. So we get to 50 by the time it starts tomorrow. The 40 that were already Patreon members, we'll do 2 Ricky Tiedemann rookie cards in there, and we'll do a draw for those 10 or however many people it's going to be new as well. So up to 3 Ricky T rookie cards up for grabs. So help spread the word. All
Wow.
we need to do,
That's so
it's not
generous,
all we need
Craig.
to do, right, Adam? Because it's a climb, but
Yeah.
let's do that. Let's do that. We get up to 50 by the time tomorrow hits. And you know what? If that happens as well, okay, we better do something for the winner as well. Maybe a Manoa rookie card or a Ricky T for the winner tomorrow as well. But for all 4 of these cards, Adam, for it to be unlocked, all of that has to happen. We got to be at least 50. So
all right,
walk off family, got some work to do.
Patreon.com/the Walk-Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there. Kevin Hart and The Rock
And
just swinging for the fences in a home run derby.
Mic'd up.
Mic'd up for sure. But give me 10 celebrities, throw in Ryan Reynolds. He can come out in his Deadpool costume if he wants. I don't really care. I know this is like silly and some people are going to think this is so dumb, but I want more of that. I loved seeing Albert Pujols in the home run derby last year as a
Good
legend.
Point. Yeah, yeah.
How much fun was that? And here's another thing. I mean, there was some speculation that, was Albert getting juiced baseballs for the home run derby? I don't think he was. I mean, he's hit 700 career home runs. He can swing a bat whether it's juiced or not, right? But I would be fine with, even if they didn't tell us this, if they just juiced the baseballs for the celebrities so we could watch Kevin Hart launching 390-foot home runs, I'd be into that. Like, I don't know.
And Adam, it wouldn't just end there. Those clips wouldn't end there. Guys like Kevin Hart and The Rock, every interview they did for the last year when they're bickering with each other, they would come back to, "Oh, I guess it was you that won that home run. No, wait, well, that was me that won that home run." Like
exactly,
it writes itself. So
exactly.
It's such free publicity for MLB for going forward. I really like it. And again, we talk about whatever changes need to be made. You and I are already hooked. We're already hooked on baseball. It's for these younger generations that they're trying to do these things for. I think that could speak to them. What you just said there.
We are seeing a little bit of, I mean, this is not quite the tweak that we're talking about, but they are doing that home run derby X, I think it's called, MLB, where they are, I don't think it goes far enough. Did you watch any of those home run derby X's? Because that's where they were pairing like a female baseball player and an athlete and a legend. But they were doing these. It was for like the Cubs and the Yankees and the Dodgers, and they did like a world tour with it. It was a very weird event. I think too gimmicky, and that makes me want to backtrack everything I just said because we do need to not get too gimmicky with it. I watched them. They were tough to watch. The broadcast, like the production value of the broadcast did not look MLB level, which was a big problem I had. Even just like watching a hit, you'd have a hard time tracking where the ball was going. Was it even a home run? Did it clear the fence? They weren't using like their 4K cameras or anything like that. So there is some issues there. But I do want to just acknowledge the fact that at least they're trying. They're trying to make an effort, which is, I think, the first step in the right direction. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly until you're able to do it good, right? That's my expression. And judging by the last 4 years of the walk-off, I think you can see where I stand on the doing things badly front. Last thing I want to just ask you is additional events at the All-Star Weekend. I've been a big proponent for years now that I want to see a radar gun and a guy taking 3 steps and just throwing an absolute laser. It doesn't have to be pitchers. It can be outfielders. It can be whoever. But at the Hockey All-Star Weekend, we get the hardest slap shot. I don't see any reason why we can't see the hardest throw. The only pushback I ever hear is like the injury risk, but I don't buy that. I don't buy that a guy can't throw a ball once really hard. Where's the pushback on this from you, Craig? I want to see like a relay race potentially, or some sort of a sprint situation. Like it could be home to first. I want to see, just like in the NHL, right? You've got the the racing, who's the fastest guy in the NHL, right? Who's the fastest guy around the bases, right? Like I want to see these things. I want to see who's got 109 cannon from the outfield. Like, give me 3 steps and a good throw, and we're just putting up absurd numbers. Like, I want to see it.
One of my favorite highlights that exists in baseball, if anyone remembers this, you know exactly what I mean. It was Ichiro. He had 3 bats lined up, way away from him, and he
Mm-hmm.
was just taking a feed and firing, taking a feed, firing, taking a feed, firing, and he just plucked them off 1, 2, 3, and it was a display of skill that for me was mind blowing and breathtaking to watch. This is along the lines of what you're talking about, Adam. There, you could have some fun with bunting, different bunting games as well. You can have fun with all kinds of things. Heck, when you were explaining that, Adam, I could see a home plate runner. So it says go. That guy goes to first. There's already someone at first. As soon as he touches first, now his teammate goes to second.
Exactly.
Like a relay type thing where
Mm-hmm.
it's all timed. I think that MLB could do a lot of fun different things with that. Have your players come out and race that flash guy from Atlanta, like just do
Yeah.
fun things,
Yeah.
things like that. I think there's all kinds of opportunities. And again, all of this speaks to things that the younger generation would like. So I think these are things that Major League Baseball would want to and will be implementing going forward. I don't mind it at all. Guys like us, of our age, because you mentioned earlier, will want to keep an eye on it because it is going to be a fine line of traveling into gimmicky. So we will want to keep an eye
Mm-hmm.
on it, yes. But I'm not at all. Even an old man yelling at the clouds like me is not averse to some of these changes and to adding some fun here to the All-Star break. Not at all. Not at all.